guys. The Keepers of the Athenaeum welcomes you. I'm Andy and this is Annie. Today we are going to talk about the web novel I Alone Level Up. It is a web novel written by Chu Gong. A man who is named Solo Leveling is also adapted from this novel. Those who have not yet read the novel should avoid viewing this video further. There are spoilers ahead.
Now before we start the story, we need to know that gates are like dungeons that started appearing 10 years prior to the story's timeline. Hunters also started appearing at the same time just like gates. Hunters were actually normal human beings who awakened some power and hunted the monsters in these dungeons called gate. Also, the main protagonist Song Jinwoo is the humanity's weakest weapon and probably the weakest hunter found in the world.
The story of Solo Leveling starts with a ranky hunter, Song Jinwoo, who along with some other hunters including Li Jui, Song Kai-yul, Kim Sang-shik, and several others prepare to go clear D rank gate. When they entered the gate, they discovered a dual dungeon, which led it to the Karutnan Temple. There, a god statue killed many of the 17 hunters who entered the dungeon. Luckily, with Song Jinwoo's help few hunters were able to escape. But Jinwoo himself got stuck in the temple and was supposed to die, when he got an option to choose to be a player. He accepted the choice and lost his sense.
When he woke up in the hospital he discovered a female voice in his head with his stats shown on a hologram window. He was told by the system to do some daily quest, but he didn't understand a thing and didn't complete his daily quest. He was then transferred to the penalty area where he kept running from a giant centipede for 4 hours. After his run, he was awarded with 3 stat points which he used to upgrade his strength stat. Going on for a few days like this, he got a dungeon key from the system as a gift and went to clear the dungeon. He understood that it was a dungeon with ray-spawning monsters and kept killing till he leveled up a bit. Then after killing the boss monster Kasaka, he got drop of a sack of venom and a dagger.
Jinwoo decided to join an attack team to earn some money. He joins the attack team of C-rank hunter Hwang Dong-seok, who were preparing to clear a rank C gate. There he met Yoo Jin-ho, the youngest son of the chairman of Yo-Ojin Corporation, a leading business corporation of Korea. When they entered the dungeon, they found a mana wall completely made of mana stones. Now, since mana stones are costly, Hwang Dong-seok decided to kill Jinwoo and capture Jin-ho and take all the mana stones all for himself and his team. Sadly though, Jinwoo now was not the humanity's weakest weapon, but a very powerful hunter thanks to the system. He kills Hwang Dong-seok and his teammates and saved Jin-ho.
Jin-ho, wanting to be the guild leader of a guild sponsored by Yo-Ojin Corporation, needed to clear 20 C-rank gates. He had tried getting help from Hwang Dong-seok earlier and almost died. So, he decided to request Jinwoo, whom he felt as a reliable and honest man. After pleading a lot, Jin-ho finally gets Jinwoo's consent. They kept clearing one gate after another at a record-breaking speed when Jinwoo gets his level upgraded to 51 and gets a job change quest. He completes the quest and is rewarded with the Shadow Sovereign class and the Shadow Egress. His class is of a necromancer who can summon the shadow of the monster or human he killed, and then the shadow undead soldier kept fighting for Jinwoo whenever it is summoned. In the meantime, Jinwoo had to go to school to meet his sister's homeroom teacher who requests him to help his sister's friend Song Yi so that she may stop trying to be a hunter. Jinwoo gets to know that this girl was a member of his own team. So, he took her along with him to White Tiger Guild's newbie raid team. They all went to a C-ranked gate, but, suddenly, the gate turns red. Jinwoo, who was inside the gate, helps the White Tiger members and Song Yi to clear the gate as quickly as he could. In the gate, he defeated some ice bears and extracted their shadows to make Tank and other shadow soldiers. He also killed the White Tiger Guild member Kim Chul, who wanted to kill him, and turns him into his shadow soldier Iron. Jinho finally completes the 20 raids with Jinwoo and was finally happy that he could convince his father to make him the guild leader.
Jinwoo gets the key to the demon castle from the system and goes there. He is given a quest from the system to collect souls of lesser demons, which he does. He leaves the area after leveling up for a while.
Jinwoo goes to the Korean Hunters Association to get himself retested. He is checked to be the 10th rank as Hunter of Korea, but is requested to revisit 3 days later to get further tested. That day, he is visited by Woo Jin-chul, an A-ranked Korean Hunters Association agent, who informs him that Chief of Korean Hunters Association, S-ranked hunter, Go Gun-hee, would like to meet him. He meets Gun-hee, who invites him to join Korean Hunters Association. Gun-hee was old and wouldn't live longer. So, he wished for another S-rank hunter to keep the unlawful hunters in check. Jinwoo denies his invitation. He states that he wished to fight the monsters in dungeons. Though his invitation was rejected, Gun-hee was happy to meet Jinwoo.
Jinwoo again returns to the demon castle. He again gets the quest to collect souls of high demons. He completes the quest and kills Baran, the boss of the castle. He then extracts the shadow soldier Kaisel, who was the sky dragon mod of Baran. Baran also drops the demon king's blood, which was necessary to make the potion Holy Water of Life. With this potion, Jinwoo goes straight to the hospital, where his mother was asleep for all this time due to the illness Eternal Sleep, which was pretty much like its name, where patient would keep on sleeping till he or she dies. The potion cured the illness, and Jinwoo finally gets to be with his mother.
Japanese Hunter Association Chairman Matsumoto Shigeo plans for a joint attack with Korea on the Jeju Island, which has become an ant nest thanks to the S-class gate that opened there. He plans to use the Japanese hunters to distract the ants and let the Korean hunters enter the anthill. He would then order the Japanese hunters to retreat, and the ants would then kill all the S-class Korean hunters. Korea would have to depend on Japan from then on for its survival. With this plan in view, Japanese Hunter Association invites Korean S-class hunters to launch a joint attack on Jeju Island. All 20 of Japanese S-class hunters participate in the raid, with all 7 Korean hunters leaving behind only Jinwoo, who didn't participate because he was spending time with his mother, and Gun-hee, who was too old to participate in the raid.
The raid went terribly wrong, as the Ant Queen had produced a new monster Ant King, who was so powerful that he killed half the Japanese hunters and a Korean hunter as well. The Koreans, who just killed the queen, didn't know how to face the monster. Luckily, Jinwoo had kept his shadow soldier hidden in the shadow of Baek Yoon-ho, the leader of White Tiger Guild, and used the shadow to exchange places. After setting foot on the Jeju Island, Jinwoo summoned all his shadow soldiers, who kept killing the ants on the island. Jinwoo then turned the dead ants into shadow soldiers, and with overwhelming numbers defeated majority of the ants. The Ant King just arrives and fights Jinwoo, but is terribly lost. Jinwoo kills him and turns him into a shadow soldier named Brew. All other countries watched while Jinwoo achieved the fleet and started trying to rope Jinwoo into their country.
Jinwoo decided to create a guild with him as the leader. Jinho, whose father decided to offer the Oojin Corporation's guild to him, rejected his father. He decided to work with Jinwoo. Jinho, with his sister Yusuo Yun, joined the guild, and the Guild of Jin was finally created. Jinwoo went to meet President Gunhee and requested him to allow Jinwoo to solo high-level gates. Gunhee agreed to the terms, and so, Jin finally made its debut as a major Korean official guild.
A huge S-class gate opens in Tokyo. The whole world declines to interfere in the matter. Japan, losing half its hunter in the Jeju Island raid, was no longer able to clear the S-class dungeon. Giants start falling from the gate, and 29 giants almost destroy all of Japan. Meanwhile, Jinwoo gets a key from the system, summoning him back to the Karutnan Temple. He goes and finds the creator of the system, the architect. The architect reveals that he was the one who made the system. He also states that from now Jinwoo would vanish, and the Shadow Sovereign would take his place. Jinwoo was shown scenes of war by the monsters in a long-distant land by the system. Meanwhile, Woo Jin Chul along with few hunters from the guilds enter the gate to see what was going on. The architect tries to kill them, only to be stopped by Jinwoo. He was surprised that Jinwoo didn't vanish, but obtained the Black Heart, which increased the amount of mana in him, making his shadow soldiers almost immortal, as they would regenerate as long as Jinwoo had mana. After saving them, Jinwoo decides to go to Japan to kill the giants and turn them to shadow soldiers. He goes to Japan and kills all the giants. He enters the gate to find Legia, the king of giants, the monarch of the beginning, chained in the gate. Legia almost succeeds to fool Jinwoo in releasing him, but sadly, due to the unnaturally high perception stat, Jinwoo figures it out. He killed Legia but couldn't turn him into his shadow soldier.
Jinwoo is invited to America for the Hunter Conference. There, Adam White, an agent of American Hunters Association, invited Jinwoo to join American Hunters Association again. Jinwoo expresses the wish to see the body of Kamish, the first dragon humans ever saw. It had come out of the first S-ranked gate which opened in America. Jinwoo resurrects Kamish as a shadow soldier, but Kamish died out as he had been dead for a long time. Before dying again, Kamish warns Jinwoo that there were 5 people whom Jinwoo should be careful about. Jinwoo was in foul mood as he couldn't get Kamish as his shadow soldier. But just then he came to know that Jinwoo was kidnapped by someone from American Scavenger Guild. Jinwoo finds Hwang Dong-soo, who was the brother of Hwang Dong-seok, the guy whom Jinwoo killed to save Jinho, kidnapped Jinho. Now, he killed Hwang Dong-soo. But to kill him, Jinwoo had to fight against Thomas Andre, the strongest American hunter, and entire of his guild scavengers. After defeating the America's strongest guild all alone, Jinwoo gains a new level of publicity. The conference begins, and there they discuss about Sung Illinois Hwan, father of Jinwoo. Sung Illinois Hwan had mysteriously disappeared in the gates, and now, he mysteriously again reappeared from gates. But then, he vanished from Hunters Association in America. America thinks that he was not a human anymore but a monster in human skin. Jinwoo, in the conference, declares that if his father has turned into monster, he would kill him by his own hands. But if his father has not turned into a monster, he would protect him, even if it meant declaring war on all the hunters in the world.
While Jinwoo was in America, someone attacks Gunhee and kills him. Jinwoo does a shadow exchange and reaches Korea, but is unable to save him. He vows to kill the Ice Elf who killed Gunhee. A few days later, Woo Jin Chul was selected as the new president of Korean Hunters Association. A huge S-rank gate, much bigger than that of China, forms in Korea. Meanwhile, Thomas, who was in Korea to visit Jinwoo, gets in a fight with a man, a lady and an ice elf. Thomas is badly defeated and Jinwoo steps in. He confirms they were not human, but monsters. Jinwoo kills the lady known as Insect Monarch, but is stabbed by the Ice Elf in the heart and dies. But after death he meets the Shadow Monarch. The Shadow Monarch tells him what the gates and hunters really are. In the beginning, there was only one absolute being. Then he made the rulers to protect the universe and the monarchs who tried to destroy the universe. Rulers and monarchs fought for almost eternity. At last, the rulers requested the absolute being to help them. But the absolute being didn't interfere with the war. The rulers understood that war was only a game for him. So they rebelled and killed absolute being. But one ruler, Ashbourne, was still loyal to him. He died trying to protect his creator. After his death, he finds a spark the absolute being left with him. It allowed him to control death. Ashbourne helps the monarchs, turning himself into the Shadow Monarch. They were about to win the war against rulers when suddenly the Beast Monarch and Demon Monarch tried to kill him, fearing his power of death. The Demon Monarch died and the Beast Monarch had to run away. But the monarchs lost the war too.
The Shadow Monarch was tired from betrayal and wished for Jinwoo to be the next Shadow Monarch. He agrees and gets all of Shadow Monarch powers. He resurrects from his death and kills the Ice and Beast Monarchs easily. The gate overseal opens and it brings the Shadow Army of the Shadow Monarch along with the Grand Marshal of Shadow Army Bellion, the strongest Shadow Soldier of the Shadow Monarch.
A few days later, a similar S-rank gate opens in Canada, and from it comes Antares, the Monarch of Destruction along with his dragon army. Jinwoo defeats him with the help of rulers. But then, he expresses his wish to turn the time back 10 years earlier. The rulers are shocked, but still decided to do so. After it is done, to the time where there was still no gate and no hunters, Jinwoo goes to Dimensional Crack to hunt down monarchs alone. After a while Jinwoo returns victorious, but no one remembers him. He meets Jinho again. Jinwoo also leaves a parcel with magical medicine for Gunhee, who was a normal human yet. Gunhee gets cured of his illness. The story ends there.
Finally, the story of I Alone Level Up is explained. We left some parts of the novel which we felt were not so important. Hope you guys like it. The Keeper signs off now. Bye, have a good day ahead.